Rising. It's good to see you all. We're at a point right now, and it's at this specific point around the loop, because the timeline is a spiral. We constantly get into these situations where it's time to go through the spiral again. And this September, do we turn back or do we keep going? And in today's lesson, we're going to have the experience and the realization as we weigh the pros and cons. Do we turn back or do we keep going? You know, some decisions that we could make them out of fear. Some decisions we could make out of our vocation in life, what we want to accomplish. We make the decisions out of love. Think about that on your journey. Every decision that you make, am I making this decision because of fear? Oh, I'm scared. Or are you making this decision because it's your soul? This is what you need to do with your life. This is what I'm called to do. I'm making this out of love, the love of something that you're so passionate about. We're all bringing in our passion into our lives at this time. We gave everyone enough time to get on this world famous live stream. I'm absolutely grateful for all of your support. Could you kindly smash the like button or gently tap the like button? It will help others find this message. Please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell next to subscribe. Select all. We do daily videos 9 a.m. Eastern time. If you like this content and you want more community, we host live streams on Patreon. We have more videos on X. You could head over to these platforms. We have Telegram, we have TikTok, we have LinkedIn. Head over to LinkedIn. We're growing on all platforms, and use the hashtag #OurEverydayLives, because all people are going through this shift in their lives. They're awakening, right? And they're becoming more of who they truthfully are. This is a journey of self-discovery. Across the board, people are discovering who they truthfully are, and we're not living a life of subconscious programs anymore. Do we turn back or do we keep going? You've come so far, and you could look at the past few months and you're edging yourself maybe out of the old life. And now we're moving forward, and we could say to ourselves, any further that we go, we are going to have to go all the way around the loop, around the spiral. Because the timeline is not a straight line, it's a spiral. Many of you are waking up to this. I've had a couple of people say, you know what, during this month, this always happens in my job. Or during this month, this always happens in my relationship. It's happened over and over again. The timeline is not a loop. The timeline is not a straight line. It's a spiral. And everything has its seasons and cycles. This is actually the way of the universe. When you look out at the spiral galaxy, if you will, right? We're all seeing this spiral. And it's not about, this is going to be my whole life. Some people say, oh, do you have a 10-year plan? Do you have a 5-year plan? We actually will get the most out of life if you take it 1 year at a time. Say, okay, this is what I'm going to do for the next year as we're approaching this next phase of our life. It's the next phase of our everyday lives, right? It's the next phase. And we've come so far, so are we going to go all the way around the loop? Yesterday, this message came to me. God puts me in these situations. If you haven't realized by now, people that have been on the journey, God puts me in situations. And it's like, okay, what are you learning from this situation? And how are we representing this situation to the world? It's a life lesson. It could seem really scary in a moment, but what are the rewards and what happens when you turn back? So yesterday I was riding my bike, and it's the plan for yesterday in the area is like a loop, and you have to go down the road, and then you have to make a turn, and you go down this main road, and then eventually you go onto this bridge that's on a parkway, and then you're out there. Like once you enter that bridge and you're on the parkway, there's nothing. You're going forward, and then you're gonna have to loop around the long way and then come back, and it actually makes a loop. It goes all the way around like a circle almost. And so I'm pumping the bike. I said, all right, I got to get my exercise in. I've been focused on this. We've been sharing about this on Patreon as well, the importance of your physical health and how it's connected to your mind right now. If you want to join Patreon, we really go into detail about these things. So I'm pumping the bike. All of a sudden, it's raining, and I can see the clouds are like really dark over there. You know, maybe the lightning is going to start crashing down as I'm pumping the bike. So now it's not even just, you know, the rain. Is the rain going to get worse? Is there going to be lightning? And then I know that I'm going to be out there and there's nowhere else to go. Once you're on this bridge, once you're on the parkway, there's nothing. You're just going to have to ride in it, and there's nowhere like you could hide. There's no shelter. You know, you're out there. So I had to make a decision, and I was thinking, you know, maybe I should just turn back. Maybe it's going to get bad. And then the inner voice said, nah, just keep going. And that's what I did, because if I would have turned back, I would have maybe been disappointed. A lot of you, when you do get exercise, you're moving, you feel a lot better. So I decided, forget about it. Don't worry about the fear. Just go. And you know, you become if you're actually outside and you're not just like if you're not just on InstaFace or look at. But when you're actually out and you observe the clouds, the patterns, you could see where it's moving. I said, I don't think it's coming. It's not gonna, the very dark part of the cloud, there was a lot of clouds yesterday, isn't gonna come this way. I said, let me just go. You gotta observe nature, and you know, the more that you get your eyeballs off of the social media that doesn't resonate with you, and you're more out in nature, you learn more about life. And these situations come up, and then it's God is teaching you, you know, what we need to do. So I go about the loop. You know, the rain stops. You know, there's nothing to worry about, and I got my full workout in that I wanted. If I would have turned around, I would have been very disappointed. And you could really feel the difference, you know, when you're doing cardio for a certain amount of time. You want to, you know, maybe you don't even feel anything. You actually feel tired for the first, you know, 5 to 7 minutes. And then you pass this point, and then all of a sudden it changes. Try it sometime. You'll really feel a shift in your body at a certain time period. So, you know, I was riding. I finished everything. It didn't rain, you know, no lightning. You know, and I knew once I was on the parkway on that bridge, there was no place to hide. It's kind of like the solar flash. You can run, but you can't hide from the solar flash. So this was a life lesson, and it seems scary. We've come so far, especially over the past few months. You know, our old timeline has been dismantled. It's being dismantled by the second. And you could say, oh, you know, you're getting scared. You're really going far in there. And you say, wow, you know what? Should I turn back, or do I keep going? It's about our future vision today. Your future vision. If you want this to come into your life, you're going to have to keep going during this next month. This next month, you have a future vision for where you want to bring your vocation, where you want to bring your work, where you want to bring your lifestyle. Hold the frequency and don't turn back. You know, you could turn back because of fear. You know, I've, you know, if I could critique my own life, when I look at the accountability mirror, a lot of people don't want to look in the mirror, but on this channel, it's a self-empowerment channel. Take out the accountability mirror. And sometimes if I say, oh, you know, I was scared, I made the decision out of fear, and you back off things. You know, if you're rooted in the ego, if you're rooted, you know, when you're fearful and you make that decision, it's a different decision when you make the decision out of empowerment, out of love. You say, oh, I feel love, I feel this drive, this is my passion, you know. And when you make the decision that way, you will have no regrets, because, light warriors, regrets is worse than failure. You could put it in the comments. Regret is worse than failure. If I would have turned around and I didn't really get the workout, I would have regretted. I would have said, damn, I should have just went. It all cleared up. We don't want to have regrets right now. No regrets. You could, get them going in the chat right now. Look, everyone's stumbling in right now. Please put the like on the video. I'm so grateful if you hit that like button. We could overcome everything when we all stick together. It's called vibrational synchronization. I heard a wackadoo speak about that on YouTube a couple of years back. So we're in this loop right now. We've come so far. If you think about, a circle, you go around 360 degrees, you're almost at the, you're almost there anyway. So you might as well, that's it. But, you might be out there. You might not have any protection. You might not have anywhere to, duck and cover if the rain really starts coming down. You're out there. You're putting yourself out there, and that's what we're all doing. We're putting ourselves out there to the world like the lighthouse. You got to shine the light to the world. This is the month. It's a September to remember. It's coming in hot, baby. Yeah, it's coming in hot. Write it down. It's September to remember. Use this as a guide. You want to remember this September for the rest of your life. What were the changes that I did? I could reflect back, especially a couple years ago, and it was really a September that I'll never forget. It's about our everyday lives. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. It's about what you're creating, because you are becoming the change that you want to see in the world, and there is no other way to do it. Unless if we have 6 stones, put them together. That's the only way. But we can't do it all ourselves. The only thing that we're responsible for is ourselves. We are responsible for ourselves. And when we stay focused, have the future vision. Have the future vision. What do you want to bring into your life? Have the future vision where you want to go. And stay focused on this during this time period. What are you feeling at this time period? Do you feel like you are almost halfway through the loop? You might as well keep going. Don't be afraid. Self-doubt is the way that we stop ourselves. Something spooky. Ooh, spooky. Right? The spookables come out. Just watch out for the spookables and the heffalumps. Right? Watch out for the spookables and heffalumps. The spookables will come out. And they will try to get you to turn back. And you say, you got to keep going. You can see the dark clouds in the sky. The rain can be coming down on you at this time, but don't turn around. Don't worry about what's going on out there. You have the answers inside of you, and you could say to yourself, I felt it. I said, no, this is going to stop. You have intuition. Intuition is really coming online at this time. This is during this month as well. Your intuition, listen to it. Listen to yourself. Don't listen to people. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. And that's where God is going to help guide you during this time. I'm grateful for all of the support. Hit the like button. Leave a comment on this video. Head over to Patreon if it calls you. We have more live streams, more videos up there. We had another beautiful one, brand new. It's up on Patreon. We have new videos up on X. Head over to X as well. Use the hashtag #OurEverydayLives. We will be back on tomorrow here at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Check your subscribe button. Make sure you're still subscribed. Weird things are going on out there, but make sure you're still subscribed. We show up here. People are writing, I didn't see you. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And that's why, it's routines and rituals. And that's why in your life, you got to do new things. You got to you have to apply neuroplasticity, developing new neural pathways in the brain, but also embrace routines and rituals. And that's how you have discipline during a time of uncertainty. I love you all. I hope that the message resonates with you. I will see you tomorrow, and bye for now.